Om Sadashivasamārambhām Shankaracharya-madhyamām Asmadacharya-paryantāम् Vande Guru-paramparam Dayakaram Dantam Dharma-pravartakam Pranamami Dayanandam Madhacharya-varam param Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanam Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. We'll finish the text tomorrow. And also, I'm hoping to have some time tomorrow after we finish the text for some question answers. Many of you have requested some question answer things. So for tomorrow, whatever questions you have about Tattva Bodha or about anything else, you can just submit it on a piece of paper, write it on a piece of paper and then put it over here. And then after we finish the text, we will have some time, hopefully, to answer the questions. All right. So we are in the very important stage of the text, which talks about Jivan Mukta. Why I have to become Jivan Mukta? And that, that is important to understand. Because if I don't know what I get out of having Jivan Mukti, then chances are I will not have Jivan Mukti. I will not want to strive for that. And since the Atma Jnanam is connected with the state of being alive and liberated, being liberated while alive, Jivan Mukti, then if I don't have value for Jivan Mukti, then naturally I will not have value for what? Atma Jnana. And so Jivan Mukti is at best, it's a new concept, because usually people think, not in ashrams like this, but generally outside, what do people think? There is no Jivan Mukti. When somebody dies, what do they say? So-and-so got moksha. Yeah. Got moksha from you, that's all. Yeah. Because they will be born again perhaps in another body to another family, that kind of a thing. What moksha means? Temporary moksha. That's all it is. But that's the feeling. Went to God, got moksha. But when you come to the 9th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, it will be clearly mentioned that Kshine Punye Martyalokam Vishanti Petam Bhuktva Swargalokam Vishalam. Having given up the body, and let's say, let's end this hypothetical person's life on a positive note. Let's say they have done lots of punya. So where will they go? To various swargas, where we have 7 of them. Bhuhu, Bhuvaha, Suvaha, Mahaha, Janaha, Tapaha, Satyam. Satyam is Brahmaloka. And then, having gone to all these lokas they enjoy, and then what happens? The currency is done, finished. The traveler's checks, which took them to the lokas. What were the traveler's checks? Punya, good karma. And good karma, how much can you do good karma? Not enough. No amount of donation you give is infinite. No amount of good karma you do is infinite. Karma is finite. Resources are finite. Strength is finite. And so the results of karma are also finite. If the results of karma took you somewhere, then you will be out of money. Like a young person backpacking through various countries. They go to Thailand, they go all these places, and then suddenly one day, oh no, I have only money for one more meal. What should I do? Get back on the plane. That's all you should do. And here also, you don't get back on the plane. The plane comes, is actually some kind of a choot. This is the imagination of the poets and all. So there is some kind of a choot, and then that leads you straight to Martya Loka. You're enjoying a concert somewhere. Ah, very nice. Urvashi Menaka duet dance, and Kinnaras, Yakshas, Gandharvas playing the music, and then suddenly the newborn baby is crying. What am I doing here? So Kshine Punye Martya Lokam Vishanti. So this heaven life is not permanent. Heaven life is not moksha. And if heaven is a loka outside of you where you go for having some kind of an experience, it is not you. Self is not an experience. If self were an experience, then the canvas would be time upon which this experience unfolds. But self is not subject to time. And so therefore, the canvas itself is the self upon which various experiences unfold. And so this I, if this I, which is what? The Sukshma Sharira Abhimani Nam. Why Sthula Sharira has been left behind? Has gone under the ground or has been burnt. Sukshma Sharira Abhimani, this Atma, this called Jiva. So this Jiva, after traveling, will come back to get newer bodies and then start the whole journey all over again. A for apple, B for bat, C for cat, D for dog. Sitting there itself in KG, the child feels depressed. I think I've been here before. This sounds very familiar. So many things. And so therefore, the Jivan Mukti means Mukti not only from samsara, as we are going to see, but also from karma. That is the real Mukti. There's no places to go, no people to see, nothing to be accomplished. That's why I save nothing to be accomplished for the last, because that's when people start getting panicky. People then there will be a question. Maybe they won't, because now I'm addressing it. But usually after study, if everybody became a Jivan Mukta, what will happen to the progress in the world? What progress? Tell me. Yeah. What progress? Getting up in the middle of the night and with one eye scrolling your Facebook page, you call that progress? And then having multitasking and then not having enough focus to call that progress. In fact, our ancestors had a better time. In so many ways, the life was simpler. They woke up with the sun, they went to sleep with the sun, and they did everything. It was just prayerfully. So, and then I will also say, don't worry. We don't moksha. Mass moksha nonsense is not there. So, everybody will not get Jivan Mukti, because there are plenty of other people with many people. Most people are interested in what is happening outside the ashram. What is happening outside the ashram? Pani puri stalls, everyone. Big bag of those, whatever, puris, I suppose, and then some filling, and that's what people are interested. Most of the people are interested in that alone, not in anything else. So that's the Jivan Mukti. And the third reason, etc., etc. If you get Jivan Mukti, you will be free enough to do more. Look at our Pujya Swamiji, how he created. So if you're a Jivan Mukta, that means what? There is no pressure to do something in order to gain something. That pressure has been cut off. That is who the Jivan Mukta is. There is no pressure to do anything. That means I can do whatever I want, I can do. When I'm tired, I need not do. I can just be free enough to do, free enough not to do. That is the beauty. Here one is neither free enough not to do, nor free enough to do whatever one wants. This is Jivan Mukti. There is a story that two brahmacharis were talking about their guru. East or west, my guru is the best. This was the sum total of the conversation. And so one of them said, my guru is so brilliant and such a big Jivan Mukta that he does not need to eat. Oh, the other brahmachari said, he does not need to sleep. He doesn't need to eat beyond food. Doesn't need to sleep beyond sleep. And then he doesn't even go to the bathroom beyond bathroom. I don't know what this pressure is. In fact, in America, there was one God man who also said, I never go to the bathroom. And the people came and saw his whole place. And then they did not find a bathroom. And then they said, oh, pahunch gaya aadmi, means he must be really just like God. God doesn't need, when you build a temple, you don't build attached bathroom for Bhagavan. And so he is like Bhagavan. They all got very, very happy. After he passed away, when they looked at the room, they found under the bed one trap door. And you open that door, there is a flight of stairs leading to where? Bathroom, yes. Why all these shenanigans? Why all this drama? So the first student of the first guru said, my guru doesn't need to eat. My guru doesn't need to sleep. My guru, since he doesn't eat, he doesn't need to go to the bathroom ever. And my guru is so enlightened. He doesn't need to eat, sleep, or go to the bathroom. And the second brahmachari said, my guru is so enlightened. Whenever he feels like eating, he eats. Whenever he feels like sleeping, he sleeps. And he goes to the bathroom whenever he feels like. So this is, we don't have to have some kind of a romantic idea of what a Jivan Mukta is like. It doesn't work. This is what Arjuna's question is from the 56th verse onwards in the second chapter. He also wants to find out Jivan Mukta. Sthita prajnasya ka bhasha samadhisthasya keshava sthita dih kim prabhasheta kimasita vrajeta kim. Very innocent question. He wants to say, I want to recognize Jivan Mukta walking around. Naturally, because if I want to be a Jivan Mukta, and if that's the end of this life, the purpose of this life is to gain Jivan Mukti, hello, I would like to recognize the Jivan Mukta. It's like having a pair of binoculars and says, oh, that is Maina, this is Nightingale, Koyal. Like bird watching. Arjuna wanted to do Jivan Mukta watching. Yes, and find out what is the Jivan Mukta. And so he asks a very innocent question. This is, who is this Sthita Prajna? In whom the Prajna is there. Sthita. Sthira Prajna, Sthita Prajna, same thing. In whom this knowledge, I am free of this body, mind, sense complex. I am not any particular thing other than Satchidananda Atma, in whom this knowledge is firmly established. How does the person ka paribhasha sthita prajvan mukta, or maybe she talks very, very slow. slowly. In between two words, you can go have a shower and come back and you don't miss anything. Maybe that is Jivan Mukta. Or maybe how does he walk? Maybe he walks very purposefully and slowly. Or maybe he just walks fast. So what is she like? What is he like? What do they eat? Maybe Jivan Mukta only eats idlis and dosas. That means what? There cannot be North Indian Jivan Muktas. Forget foreign Jivan Muktas outside of India, not a possibility at all. If the definition of Jivan Mukti means no mukti from idlis, so if that is the case, then this is not the thing. That's why Arjuna's question is very innocent question. He wants to find out. But Jivan Mukti is an inside job. It's not an outside job. It's not how you look. It's not what you wear. It's not what kind of mannerisms you have. Sometimes, there are, there are certain, can't call them paramparas, but yes, a certain kind of paramparas, gurus are there, shishyas are there. And then in one interfaith meeting I went, and then there, Guru was there, and he came with 5-6 shishyas. All the shishyas looked like him. They took pains to make themselves look like him. Same haircut, same hairstyle, same kind of clothes, same kinds of mannerisms. If by imitating the Guru and trying to look like the Guru, one could get Jivan Mukti, very simple. Nothing more to do. But it's not an external thing, it's an internal. And there are two beautiful conditions Bhagavan gives, which then he unfolds throughout the Bhagavad Gita. The first condition he gives is that Prajahati yada kaman sarvan manogatan. The one who is able to have asangatvam, the one who is not connected to or not allowing or entertaining the fancies even as they arise in the mind. This is not yet a full-fledged desire. First, there is a fancy. Fancy is there. And then, very quickly, that fancy becomes a desire because what does the person think? Oh, it's just a fancy. Nobody even knows I'm thinking this. Right now, samosa sounds wonderful. And even if I don't know the meaning, now I'm intrigued. Okay, what is this? Let me have this. So it's a fancy. But the fancy takes a hold over the mind. First, I am entertaining the fancy, then the fancy entertains me. I become the guest. Fancy becomes the host. This is not very nice. Fancy becomes the host. I enter into the house of fancy to have some chai, and fancy imprisons me. In the house, I become a hostage to the fancy. Rajahati yada kaman sarvan manogatan kaman yada means when the person prajahati, prakarshena jahati, when the person is completely able to fully give up all the desires even as they arise in the mind, first condition of Jivan Mukta. And then second condition, Atmani eva Atmana tushtaha. Atmani eva Atmana tushtaha. So, Atmani, in oneself. Atmana, by oneself. In oneself, by oneself, tushtaha, contented. Contented in oneself, by oneself. I don't need anything else to make me happy. Somebody said that. I am a self contained person. I don't need anything else. Then let's see the level of your contentment. Hand me your tablet, hand me your phone, hand me your laptop, hand me all these devices. And whatever is now watch also. Who would have thought Let's think in the grandmothers, grandfathers, great-grandfathers, great-grandmothers' time. If they were told that, you know what, you can speak to your friend on your watch, they would have said, get out of here. What is this? This must be a joke. Now that is possible. So the Guru says, unhand the watch. Take out the watch, put it here. Because now we have smartwatch. Over. So, okay, put your smartwatch here, smartphone there, everything. That's why it's called smartphone. All our smartness we have given to the phone. Somebody came to my room just the other day. What is your phone number? I asked. I don't know. I have to look inside the phone. And so, give everything. Give your tablet, smartphone, any way you connect to the net. That's why it's called net. Jala. Yes. It is a jala. Jala means that which is a pasha. Pasha means what? Jala. Jala means what? Pasha. It's a god. So then after giving all these things, let's see how happy you are by yourself with yourself. So the person who does not depend on anybody else or any other device, any other desire for their well-being, emotional well-being, we are talking about. Sthita prajna lakshanani can do for the mumukshu jignasu. Then that same topic is taken up in chapter 5. Ye hi samsparshaja bhoga dukkhayoonaya evate आद्यन्तवन्तः कौन्तेय न तेषु रमते बुधः. How did the sthita prajna become that? Not just suddenly one is born and wakes up a sthita prajna. There is a lot of certain habits. What are those habits? With the sense objects to the sense organs. These are what? Dukkha yonayaha. Sensory enjoyments, the Jivan Mukta sees as the birth canals of sorrow. Because they just are the origin of sorrow, because I never get what I want. With what I get, I'm not happy. And then I want to get something else. After that, this way, this is the invitation. They have a beginning and an end. Nateshu ramate, they do. The Jivan Muktas do not revel in it. Then again in the 12th chapter, we have descriptions of the Jivan Mukta. In the same Bhagavad also there is Jivan Mukti Lakshana. Like this, throughout there is the description of Jivan Mukta in different ways, answering to different ways in which Arjuna formulates the question. So now, who is a Jivan Mukta? You cannot tell. You cannot tell. Who is a Jivan Mukta? You cannot tell. Unless you are a Jivan Mukta. So, this is a nice way to keep the focus on oneself. I don't, oh, this one has started to look like Jivan Mukta. Why? Stop going to the bathroom. No, that's that's not it. That's not it. You cannot tell from the outside who is Jivan Mukta. Only one Jivan Mukta can tell who is another Jivan Mukta. Therefore, and also why only one Jivan Mukta will tell? Because the one who is Jivan Mukta will not tell, yay, look at me. Jivan Muktoham. No. Why I told you this before itself, in the beginning of the text. This is a knowledge without a knower. Because why? In the course of gaining this knowledge, the knowership is knocked off. When the knowership is knocked off, aham karta, aham jnata, that notion is also knocked off. So Jivan Mukta is not going to tell I am Jivan Mukta, and you cannot tell if somebody is Jivan Mukta or not. Then what is, if you want to find out who is Jivan Mukta, there's only one option. What? Become a Jivan Mukta quickly. Then you can tell. Then you can tell who is Jivan Mukta. In fact, I asked Pujya Swamiji this question. One time I asked him, it was just such a moving moment in my life. That's why I want to share it with you. I asked Pujya Swamiji, I said, Swamiji, you go everywhere. You've gone to the Himalayas, you have done tapas in Rishikesh. This is your tapo bhumi. Plus you're traveling all the time, meeting all these people. Where are the Jivan Muktas? Where are all these enlightened beings? Please tell me where you meet them. And then he looked at me for a long time. I thought he was not going to answer the question. He kept on looking at me. And then very slowly he said, you know, I go to people's houses for bhiksha. I thought, bhiksha, Jivan Mukti, what is the connection? But I listened. And there, very softly he was talking. He says, I go to people's houses for bhiksha. And there, they put me next to the person who is the man. Some company. And the man of the house keeps on talking about Upanishad, Bhagavad Gita, something or the other. The lady of the house is serving her husband, serving me. I look into her eyes. She looks into mine. I know she knows. She knows. I know she knows. It was so beautiful. And he said, many Jivan Muktas I have found in the soundless, wordless women in India. This touched me very, very deeply. Very, very beautiful. And so it's an inside job. It's not something to show off. It's not something to behave a different way. Sometimes, you know, when one gets a new, what is that called? Status. One starts behaving different. Now I am in orange. Yes, till yesterday I was in white. Now I am in orange. And what should I do? I should show this off to everybody. Now I am somebody big. I'm somebody separate. The Jivan Mukta does not do that. In the Brahma Sutra also, Jivan Mukta description is given very beautifully. It is, they are like Balaha. It is said in one sutra. Balaha means what? Children. And the Purva Pakshi, now we know who the Purva Pakshi is, the one who has a lot of time on his or her hands and wants to ask a lot of objectionable questions. Purva Pakshi says, oh, so now they need a rattle, you know, to entertain the child. You have this noise-making thing. Then they need nappies. Balaha means what? They will do whatever they want, wherever they want. And then the answer is given, no, not childish, childlike. There's a very different. If you look at not childish, not having tantrums, not having no control over the emotions or bodily functions, that is not what the Jivan Mukta is. The Jivan Mukta means the one who is free, spontaneous. That is what we see in the child. Freely. It goes to people, it doesn't suspect anybody. Generally, if it is not itself hurt. If there is a child without having some kind of early childhood trauma, that child will be so spontaneous, creative, uninhibited, and free. This is what the Jivan Mukta is like. Free. Happy. Why? Because happy, because one is Ananda Swarupa. Happy means having a sense of humor about the whole thing. Even Bhagavan has a sense of humor, as we can see in how the karmas are interconnected. Sense of humor is definitely there. So the Jivan Mukta sense of humor is not ha-ha sense of humor, but the ability to take things lightly, because one knows this is all mithya. If mithya is understood as mithya, it becomes very, very entertaining, extremely entertaining. Everything is entertaining. Even the fact that you are crying is entertaining to yourself. And so this way, this is the Jivan Mukti Lakshana. And then here, a very straightforward Lakshana is given. Let us look at it. We just saw the translation yesterday. So, Yatha Dehoham Purushoham Brahmanoham Shudroham Asmi iti Dridha Nishchayaha Tatha Naham Brahmanaha Na Shudraha Na Purushaha Kintu Asangaha. Just I know myself as a Jivan Mukta when I know I am Brahman without a shred of doubt, vagueness, or error. I know I am Brahman, but I'm a little vague about it. Am I a spark of Brahman? Am I a part of the Brahman? Am I a little piece of Brahman? I don't know. That is called vagueness. Doubt. Am I Brahman? What is Brahman? What's the difference between Brahman and Bhagavan? This is called doubt. And then there is error. Sometimes people attend the Vedanta class and come out and say, what did the teacher say? That I am not Brahman. Because Brahman is somebody worshipful. Whole theologies are made of this. Whole darshanas are made of this, distorting the words of the Upanishad. Sadeva Somya idamagre asit ... Tat Sat, that Sat, which was there in the beginning, that Sat, Tat Sat Sa Atma Tvamasi. He Shvetaketu. This is the Vakya in the Chandogya Upanishad. Atma plus Tattvamasi. What is that? Atma Tattvamasi. But if you are doing sandhis in Sanskrit, A plus A is what? A. A plus A, A. A plus A, A plus A. So some very brainy people started to say, Atma Atatvamasi, you are not that. You are not Tat, you are Atat. Simply they put one A there. And so this is not the idea. This is a downright error. So the one who knows I'm Brahman, just like the one who knows her own name, his own name, and the one who has certain knowledge without vagueness, doubt, or error about the fact that I am free of this body, mind, sense complex. The body, mind, sense complex is just an alang for me. This was mentioned before. Just like that, the nutriment to me, one who knows that the world is mithya. It's just an abhasa, it's an appearance. And here one caveat, because in the resolution of the snake rope mistake, adhyasa, what happens? Snake disappears. Rope and snake. You don't see rope and snake side by side, having chai together. No. In the wake of the knowledge, bye-bye. Snake, bye-bye, goes away. This is a particular kind of a mistake. Oh, even in mistakes, there are kinds. Yes. Shastra is so wonderful. Even in mistakes, there are categories. This kind of a mistake is called arthadhyasa. Arthadhyasa. This object, one object resolved. How many objects you see? Only one object. The mistaken object goes, not go away in the wake of knowledge. Let's say you went to geography class when you were a child, and there you understood an important thing. Sun neither sets nor rises. That goes around. You found that out. And then at sunset time, what happened? No sunset took place. Is that right? No. Even though I know that the sun does not set or rise, the appearance of the sunset and the sunrise continues. I'm able to appreciate the sunset as mithya and enjoy the wonderful colors that Maya Devi has painted in the sky. I'm able to enjoy this, knowing full well the sun is not going anywhere. It's just an apparent motion, not a real motion. What is moving is the earth. This is called jnanadhyasa. The adhyasa that is relieved by jnanam, but not the artha continues. The padarthas, the objects continue to be looking how they were even before the knowledge, how they were looking. The objects continue to appear in the same way, but then there is a resolution where not centered on the object, but centered on the knower. Centered in my mind, there is a resolution. What is the resolution? Sun neither sets nor rises. That is the conviction. That is the resolution. There is no sunset. What sunset? What sunrise? Like that, there are many things. Blue sky. There is no blue sky. That is a atmospheric, some kind of a appearance. The atmosphere gives the color to the sky. Gives the motion to the things, geographic details. That's all it is. And so something may be an optical illusion. There are all these optical illusions. Look at the lines, and then when you look closely at the line, the eyes look again. And then really, they are neither lines nor dots. But sometimes they look like lines, sometimes they look like dots. So the sunset and the sunrise are also in a similar way an optical illusion. So the mistake, when the mistake is resolved, where is it resolved? Here, not out there. Because what is out there is Ishvara Srishti, which even the Jnani cannot or does not want to change. Ishvara Srishti is there. And Ishvara Srishti was there before Jnanam or not? Yes, it was there. So the apparition of the Srishti will continue. And just like the sunset jnani and the sunrise jnani knows there is no sunset, no sunrise, and yet can enjoy the sunset and the sunrise. Similarly, the Atma jnani knows everything is Atma, even though it looks different, and enjoys everything and everybody due to Sarvatma Bhava. Sarvatma. Everything is Atma. Iti knowledge is there. So even my own body is not really there. Jnanadhyasa. When I know I am not the body, the knowledge of the everything as though is very much there. Here you don't say it's as though there. Yeah, it's very much there. Certain knowledge is there. And so the Jnani here is described as Chidananda Swarupaha. Previously, the Jnani took himself to be the body, mind, senses. Now the Jnani says, I am Satchidananda Rupaha. And then Prakasha Rupaha. Before I was Tamo Rupaha. Before I had self-ignorance. Now Sarvantaryami means body. Chidakasha Rupaha. Not only in everybody, outside everybody also. Chidakasha Rupaha. In the I am Chaitanya everywhere. So this Aparoksha Jnanam, yesterday we saw what Aparoksha is. This immediate knowledge, the one who has in full measure, without a shadow of doubt, is called Jivan Muktaha. ब्रह्मैवाहमस्मि इति अपरोक्षज्ञानेन निखिलकर्म बन्धः विनिर्मुक्तः स्यात्. So, one more advantage of Jivan Mukti is given, so that we can look forward to this. What is that? All the karmas are gone as soon as you have Jivan Mukti. How many karmas are there? 3. What are they? Sanchita, Aprarabdha, Agami. All 3 karmas are gone as position. So we have to take it seriously. And so in the Mundaka Upanishad, there is a wonderful verse. Vidyate hridaya granthihi chidyante sarva samshayaha kshiyante chasye. When the avara, the inferior one, as the truth of oneself, or when the one sees avara, the effect, and para, the cause, as one and the same, then 3 things happen. Vidyate hridaya granthihi, the heart knot, somatically described as a knot in the heart. Like I feel heavy here, I feel there is a constriction, there is the knot. This knot is due to avidya somya elsewhere. This avidya knot, this knot of avidya, it's a very naughty problem. One intended. So this looks very simple. Sometimes there is a simple slip knot and then 2 threads coming. If you pull the right one, it resolves. If you pull the wrong one, it tightens. So here, avidya granthi has been resolved through knowledge. For whom? For that jnani, there is, so the hridaya granthi is gone. Chidyante sarva samshayaha. All the doubts are resolved. Doubts centered on pramana gone, and then doubts centered on prameya. What is Ishvara? How can I be Ishvara? Also gone. Pramana means means of knowledge. Prameya, that which is to be known. Ishvara, Brahman. All doubts are gone. And then kshiyante is worn out. What is worn out? Asya karmani. All the karmas. Karma, karmani, karmani. So, in Sanskrit, we also have dual. Whole discussion, I'm taking it a little slowly here, because this is important. We could have said 2 karmas, Sanchita and Agami, are gone. For the Jnani Prarabdha continues. Upanishad does not say that. Upanishad says, prarabdha also is gone, karmani, more than 2. That means 3. All the 3 karmas are gone. Sarva karma vinirmuktaha, freed of all karmas. And then here, the text itself will explain. Let us just read further about the karmas. Karmani kati vidhani santi iti chet agami sanchita prarabdha bhedena trividha santi. On behalf of the students. Now, if you were to ask, what are the karmas? We would say they are 3 in number. What are they? Sanchita. Let's take Sanchita first. Sanchita, Prarabdha, and Agami. Sanchita is a hidden bank account. This is the only place where you have infinite numbers of karma. Every other bank account is finite. This is infinite. What is the account number? Nobody knows. Except Chitragupta. The form of accountant is called Chitragupta. Accountant and who keeps tracks of each and every individual's prarabdha, sanchita, agami is called Chitragupta. The original accountant. In fact, people with last name Gupta, they must have had some accountant in the ancestry. That's what it is. Gupta means hidden. Hidden doesn't mean keeping double books. Each person's account is hidden from others. Privacy. Gupta. So the original accountant Chitragupta. And say, yeah, I killed a mosquito. It is Papa. But before that, I let it drink my blood. I gave a little blood donation. So it should be Punya. No. He will make the call. And you can't compromise and you can't do anything. So Sanchita means an infinite amount of karmas. How did I get infinite amount of karmas? I've only lived for 40 years. How did I get infinite numbers of karmas? If you ask, then the Shastra will say, if you had a human life in any kind of kalpa, in any yoga, in any parallel universe, in any karma, for lifetime after lifetime after lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. This is Sanchita. Out of that, one suitcase is packed. Chitragupta packs one suitcase with 2 compartments. Why 2 compartments? Papa, Punya, not shirt and pant. Okay, yeah, Papa, Punya. Only 2 compartments. One suitcase is a heavy suitcase is sent with the baby. Invisible, heavy suitcase. It's called Prak Arabdham Karma. That which is decided before it's born. One suitcase, heavy suitcase comes along with you. Oh, I can't wait to open and see what all there is. You can't open it. Then who will open it? It is combination lock. Who knows the combination? Only Gupta ji. Okay. Chitragupta knows the combination. It will open and spit out some papas and punyas to be undergone that particular day, that particular month, that particular year. It'll open up and spit it out. You can't say, today I'm busy. I have an interview. I have a job interview. Don't do this to me. Don't unfold any karma today. That is the day one will trip and break one's nose on the way to the interview. That is how prarabdha functions. There is no compromise over here. There is neutralization, yes, through prayer, because what is prarabdha karma? The people think, oh, it is all there, it is all destiny. And lots of questions will come in the satsang. Is it fate? Is it free will? Is it chicken? Is it egg? Is it tree? Is it seed? Same variety of questions. What is fate? Oh, karma. Where did this karma come from? First of all, whose karma is it? Tell me this. Your own karma. It's not the neighbor's karma that you have been asked to overcome. So what is this karma? Each time I went in tandem with Ishvara's law and went in tandem with dharma, some comfortable situations to be unfolded here or hereafter was there. And then that is what I call, what do I call that? Punya. Each time I went against dharma, some uncomfortable situations, the prarabdha for uncomfortable situations was generated, and that has to be, what's that? Endured in this or other lives. That is called papa. So how did you gain this karma? By the use or the abuse of your free will. When? In this or other lives. Whose free will? Your own free will. Where is fate then? Where is fate? What you call fate is just Bhagavan repackaging this karma and giving it to you in this life. Karma phala data. Your own karma, your own free will from other lives is packaged, gift wrapped. Then what is my contribution? You just put the finger where that they put the knot. You just put the finger. That's your contribution. That's all it. The suitcase comes along with the baby, heavy suitcase or light suitcase depending upon the lifespan. And then as it unfolds, as to when the person, the jiva, reaches the end of the life, the suitcase is lighter, 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 and then finally empty. Oh, so only one suitcase I come with? No, you come with another suitcase. What is the other suitcase? Empty suitcase. Khali suitcase. Khali suitcase. See, like when you go to some foreign country, you take one full suitcase, your clothes, etc., and you take some empty suitcase. Why? Shopping. You have to bring back things for the loved ones. You have to have some room. So this is the empty suitcase. And each time I go against dharma, that also has two compartments. That also is on combination lock. You can't put anything in it. It will go automatically. Each time I go against dharma, it goes in the papa compartment. Each time I go along with dharma, each time I'm compassionate, each time I let go. In the beginning it was light, towards the very heavy. Where did the prarabdha suitcase come from? Sanchita. Where this Sanchita. That's why Sanchita there is no debit in Sanchita. Only credit, 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 credit. Ayyo, now I'm really depressed. The class started on such an upbeat note describing the Jivan Mukta, and now we are just in the doldrums, karmic doldrums. There is a way out. Definitely there is a way out. What is the way out? I just want the karmas to go away. The karmas will go away when you as the karta go away. When you disidentify consciously as the karta, all the things standing in the account of the doer goes away. As long as I have a belief and a wrong understanding, I am the doer. I am the agent of action when I know wrongly myself as the agent of action, and then what? The results of action accrue to me. If I go and open a bank account, then everything accrues to me. Credit accrues to me. Debit accrues to me. But in Rishikesh, we have a very interesting thing. The bank people love people in Rishikesh. Why? Most of them are in orange. So the sadhu opening a bank account, they absolutely love. Why? When the sadhu dies away, no inheritors, no inheritors, no will, nothing. So if you're a sadhu and you go to the bank, aiye, please come, sit down. Will you have coffee? Will you have chai? They'll treat you like royalty. Why? Because your money literally is their money. Nobody comes to claim. The sadhu has lost connection with the people. Nobody comes to claim. There are no claimants. So similarly, all the karmas done in the name of, in the account, connected to the person, go away because one has no antecedents, no precedents. One is free because one is not saying, I am the agent of action. I'm neither the agent of action, nor am I bhokta, nor am I the recipient of other people's actions. Results of other people's actions, I am not. That's why asangaha. So for the jnani, there is a conscious giving up of the status of karta. Vijnanamaya kosha mistake is not there. Remember Vijnanamaya kosha? We did that in the last life, right? So Vijnanamaya kosha, the mistake thinking I am karta bhokta, anandamaya bhokta, Vijnanamaya anandamaya koshas, the subtle ways in which I think of myself as the doer and done in by other people's action not being there. This is what happens. That is how jnanena, atmajnanena, sanchita karma nashyati. It will go to say. The sanchita karma is destroyed by atmajnana. Because I say this doesn't belong to me. Just like the sadhu walks away from the bank account after having opened it, he or she may even forget that there is a bank account. Similarly, the jnani walks away from the karmic account because there is no sense of ownership. The only sense of ownership is Brahman is myself. That's the only ownership. So then there is no karma because the karta is falsified, the karma is also falsified. Sanchita is not there. And then agami is also not there. Why? Because the person is dharmic. You can't become a jnani without becoming a dharmic person first, without violating dharma. Only then you become a jnani. You can't be a jnani and a thief at the same time. You can't be a jnani and telling lies at the same time. That does not go together at all. So jnani means the one who has dharma completely, who has dharma mastered, mastery over dharma. Yet some small papa punya may take place, stepping on an insect inadvertently, swallowing a mosquito, jnani may do. Some small papa may be there. We'll see what happens to that. But say the agami karma is not there for the jnani for this reason. Prarabdha karma, the Shastra says, is also not there for the jnani because the jnani has zero identification. From the standpoint of the people, the prarabdha karma continues. Onlookers. The onlookers, as the onlookers, we saw Pujya Swamiji walking very, very fast in his youth. It was so hard to keep up with him, really. Even though I was less than half his age, I could not run as fast as he did. He would just, his strides, my God, it was amazing to see him walk, run. And then later on, we all saw him slowing down. Him means what? The body, slowing down. Then we saw the body of Pujya Swamiji in a wheelchair. Then we saw him mostly in bed, etc., etc. From the standpoint of the onlookers, they will say, Jnani is slowing down. Oh no, Jnani had heart attack. Oh no, Jnani is not well today. Oh no, Jnani is better. These ups and downs is not there for the Jnani. Because Jnani may have a body, but the Jnani is not connected or identified with this body. So therefore, it's as good as not having a body at all. Very little body identification. And this also does not need to be some kind of a performance. We will see with some people, we'll read in books and all. Some people, when they are jnanis, they say, I saw one person, somebody I had gone to see. When I was a child, I was taken to see this person who was some Babaji. And then this Babaji was so enlightened, they said, does not even eat. So two ladies, one on this side and one on that side, were feeding him. Yes, he would not eat by himself, but for every chapati, he would turn his head, he would chew, he would swallow, and some water or something she had in the other hand. For every sip of water, he would turn the head that side, sip, chew, swallow. So we don't need to have that calm, I'm beyond the body. All this performance need not be there. It is the cognition, it's the recognition of the I as though. Body is mithya, therefore food is also what? Mithya. Mithya body requiring mithya food. It's like that story in the king's court. There was a Advaitin. And then one day, tiger came when they went on a picnic. Who ran first? Advaitin ran first. The non-dualist ran first. Tiger, 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 run, he said, and he ran first. And the Dvaitin made fun of him. Maharaj, look, you always favor him. Look, he says everything is mithya, mithya, mithya. And then from this mithya tiger, see how he ran. And the king said, yeah, that is true. You ran very quickly. What happened? You ran so quickly. What happened? And then, yes, I ran, Maharaj, because we have to save ourselves from the tiger. But tiger is mithya, my dear fellow. And then what did the Vedantin say? Vedantin said, when did I say running is Satyam, Maharaj? Running is also mithya. Mithya tiger, mithya running. Mithya hunger, mithya food. You don't have to have all these shenanigans. I am jnani, so I have to do this. I am jnani, so I have to have my head in the air. I'm jnani. I shouldn't wear any clothes. All these things, don't go there, please. Yes. Be normal, be oneself. In fact, the jnani has fun mingling with the people, pretending to not be jnani. That is the fun, that is the leela. It's very, very beautiful. And so the Agami suitcase goes back to Sanchita, but here the Sanchita is destroyed by knowledge. Agami does not form. And then Prarabdha as though continues from the standpoint of the onlooker. But from his or her own standpoint, no more Prarabdha also. No Prarabdha. Why? Because the person is not identified with the body. And then there are students in the history we find. People who have a lot of test the gurus. How do they test the gurus? Like one student of Paramahamsa Ramakrishna tested the guru by keeping some gold on bed and watched the guru closely the next morning. Are his eyes red? Did he sleep well? And then asked the guru, did you sleep well? And guru said, I didn't sleep well. Some idiot had put gold coins under my bed. So this is not this is not the idea. The idea is that the jnani, as the Bhagavad Gita describes, samaloštashma kanchanaha. Samaloštashma kanchanaha means the one for whom ashma, stone, loshta, a lump of clay, and then kanchana, gold, are one. There is no distaste for gold. That does not make a jnani. Nor the taste for a lump of clay makes the jnani. No. The one who has samatvam of that. So then, no prarabdha, no sanchita, no agami for the jnani. No other way. You may have self-knowledge, but the body continues and the body suffers. The body from A to Z. So many illnesses are there. A for Alzheimer's. From there itself you can see so many illnesses are there that can strike the body, and then still the jnani is jnani. Whatever happens to the body is not happening to me. Abhuktam kshiyate karma kalpakoti shatairapi. There is a sukta like that. Na bhuktam kshiyate. Abhuktam karma. This prarabdha, without being experienced, is not coming to an end. Na kshiyate. Na abhuktam karma kshiyate. When kalpakoti shatairapi. Even if you have hundreds and thousands of kalpas, this rule will not change. Prarabdha. Another rule is also talked about for prarabdha. How does that go? त्रिभिर्वर्षैः त्रिभिर्मासैः त्रिभिर्पक्षैः त्रिभिर्दिनैः अत्युत्कटैः पुण्यपापैः इहैव phalam punyapapaihi. So for papas and punyas that are very, very intense. So intense karma gives its fruit here itself. Does not wait for other lokas. Oh, so when can I expect it? Tribhir varshaihi, in 3 years. Tribhir masaihi, or in 3 months. Tribhir pakshaihi, or in 3 fortnights, or in 3 days. Tribhir dinaihi. So within 3 years, one sees some difficult karmas are have to be bhoktavyam. Bhoktavyam means, and the jnani, we will see cheerfully doing this karma, undergoing this karma. I saw Pujya Swamiji once after a very horrific lung surgery. Piece of lung had been removed. He was in lot of pain, could not even talk. And then I went there in the ICU. He was half asleep. I went and held his hand. He woke up. It was time to get up. He woke up and then he looked at me. And then I said, "How are you, Swamiji?" He did not even hear the question. He said, "How are you doing?" I had not been well. So he said, "I heard you were sick. How are you doing?" Even in that state, in the ICU, in the hospital, soon after surgery, he was more concerned about everybody else rather than himself. So this is the thing. And then he told me one more thing. He said, all these karmas are mine alone. And they have to be endured. They have to be overcome. It's very, very cheerful. And there is a video that is gone viral, where when he came to Rishikesh, from Sailorsburg, he was sent to Rishikesh to spend his last days here. And after that medical ambulance flight, no Shakti, he was brought out in the stretcher. One bhakta came, stood next to him, and you see this in the video, started to sing Shantakaram. And then Shantakaram, he sang. And then Pujya Swamiji, Bhujagashayanam, he responded. So it was just amazing. Even in that weak state, that cheerfulness is there. I am not undergoing this. This is just happening to the body. That Drida Nishchaya is there. And this is what makes for a jnani. So the Jnani also has these karmas because the Jnani was also born. In what? Ajnanam. That ajnanam has been removed, but the prarabdha continues. Prarabdha continues for whom? For the onlookers who do not have any kind of a understanding of what the jnani is going through. And so here we have three kinds of karmas. It is said, and then jnanotpatti anantaram jnana deha kritam punya papa rupam karma yadasti tad agami iti abhidhiyate. Since we are doing jnani discussion, Jivan Mukta discussion, here it is said jnana utpatti anantaram, after the birth of knowledge, after I know myself as free of karma. Jnani deha kritam, the karma that is done by the body of the jnani. Here it's very clear. Jnani is not doing the karma. What is doing the karma? Body of the jnani is doing the karma. Like what? Like the stepping on an insect during rainy season by mistake. Even though Chaturmasya is observed. Chaturmasya means 2 months where the sadhus do not move. They stay in one place and teach. Why? Because they don't want to step on insects while walking. Ahimsa, the vow of ahimsa is taken at the time of sannyasa, and that is honored by staying in one place. Despite that, one small earthworm got moksha under the jnani's foot, and that could incur a small papa. So, papa punya rupena karma yadasti tad agami iti abhidhiyate. And then sanchitam karma kim anantakoti janmana बीजभूतं सत् यदुर्वार्जितं तिष्ठति तत्सञ्चितं ज्ञेयम्. So Ananta Koti Janmana, through thousands of births before, having a free will. Birth means not any birth. Having a free will, that kind of birth, where the free will should be there. If I am a dog, in the last life, I have not incurred any karma. No karma. It's only bhoga sharira. Dog, cat, all of them. They have little bit of free will, but they don't have the freedom of not acting. They have freedom of action, but not freedom over action. The dog has the freedom to bite, but the dog does not programmed pashu. Programmed by Bhagavan, therefore it respects the laws of Bhagavan. We are not programmed, therefore we make it a point to disrespect the laws and walk all over the grace of Ishvara. So this is the sanchita ananta koti janmana. By having a janmana, by having the various births in human form, bija bhutam, that which is in a seed form, cryptocurrency, another way of looking at sanchita karma, Bitcoin, yeah. So bija bhutam sat, it's in a small distinct form. What is that? Contained form. Yat karma jatam, that which is born of karma. Which karma? Purvarjitam, gained in other births, gained in all the previous births, that which remains. Tishtati means remains, does not go away, always remains. Sanchita karma. So now we are seeing it from Jnani point of view. Ajnani point of view, same thing happens. The agami comes. Why? Because I don't accept my prarabdha. Therefore, I'm fighting against prarabdha all the time, and then I don't accept the prarabdha. Fighting against prarabdha, what happens? Then I gain more karma. I do shortcuts in order to gain what I want. The pressure of the raga dveshas being there, then I accrue papa. Agami papa comes, and then that goes and joins sanchita. How? Through sthula sharira. Sorry, sukshma sharira. Sthula sharira given up, and then the sukshma sharira is the carrier of the Papa, Punya, not only Papa, Punya, but bags and bags and bags of desires. This is the only flight of the Sukshma Sharira flight where you are not charged excess baggage. There is no limit. Nobody will say only 15 kgs and in domestic flight, 20 kgs, international flight. No such thing. No such thing. Suppose the Jiva says, I have a few more bags of desire. Bring it on, no problem. It's like Pushpaka Vimana. You know, the Ravana's plane was a collapsible plane. From 2-seater, it could become 50-seater easily. This is how it is. Yes, bring it on, no problem. I have this vasana, bring it on. I have that tendency, bring it on. How about this bag of grudges? Carry it with you. Yeah. Because the bag of grudges is very valuable. Like when you take jewels, you don't put it in check-in baggage. No. Carry it on. You carry it on. You carry it close to your heart, all the grudges and resentments. And the next birth, again, the same thing. Rinse, repeat. This is what happens. Keep repeating, keep repeating, keep repeating. This is for the Ajnani. Ajnani, the Sanchita keeps on growing, 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 and the new Prarabdha keeps on coming, 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 and then more and more the Sanchita grows. Why? The Agami is endless, and the Agami keeps on joining the Sanchita, and here we have the karma dance. Cha, cha, cha. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2. This is what it is. The only way to come out of it is to be moksha bhimukha. Bhagavan. If you choose Bhagavan, you choose Atmajnanam. If you choose Atmajnanam, Guru will come. Guru will teach and you will cross. Otherwise, you will just be cross all the time. That's the only difference. This is what will happen. And then, so this is for the lay person. Prarabdham karma kim iti chet idam shariram utpadya ihaloke eva sukha dukkhadi pradam yat karma tat prarabdham bhogena nashtam bhavati. Prarabdha karmanam kshayah iti. So, prarabdha karma is that which is born along with the body in this world and then becomes the cause of sukha and dukkha connected to the body-mind complex. That is called prarabdha. And this prarabdha is destroyed only through experiencing it. No other way can prarabdha be destroyed. And there is a wonderful text of 40 qualities that one must gain called Sadhana Panchakam by Adi Shankara. And in the Lam Vapu, who prarabdha body, the one who has the jnani is the one who has samarpita, who has given up the body for the sake of prarabdha. Meaning, let whatever comes, let it come. Give me the strength, O Lord, to go through it, to bear it. This we are talking of things that are inevitable, things which cannot be changed. Can prarabdha be changed? The answer is yes and no. If it is not prabala prarabdha, it can be changed. How? Through prayer. Through prayer it can be changed. You pray. Because prayer, see what is prarabdha? Adrishta. Every karma gives two kinds of results. Drishta phala, adrishta phala. Drishta phala means immediate result. Like you meditate and immediately you have a tranquil feeling. Even if you don't have the tranquil feeling, your roommate enjoys you having tranquil feeling. They don't have to deal with you for some time. Very nice. So this is Drishta Phala. Adrishtaphala means the punya that is kept in abeyance to be enjoyed later. So what is prarabdha? Adrishtaphala. Drishtaphala was immediate. It was immediately enjoyed. Adrishtaphala is prarabdha. So this adrishtaphala is causing the problems in the form of sickness, pain, etc. So then I pray. That's why we have Adhisthana Devatas. Eye problems, you chant Aditya Hridayam. It's a prayer to the sun. We saw that the Adhisthana Devata of the eyes is who? Sun, Surya Devata. Like this, we have a very sophisticated connection to and understanding of Ishvara, even in the Vyavaharika. So then, when I pray to Ishvara for this to be resolved, it does get resolved if the prarabdha is not ati utkata. Ati utkata means very, very strong. Very, very strong. So that is one way. You pray and then you have very elaborate rituals you can do. Navagraha Homa you can do. Mrityunjaya Homa you can do. Ayushya Homa you can do. So many homas are. If the life is in difficulty, if there are many diseases, for every disease there is a homa. We can do that. We can help ourselves. Why not? No problem. And this karma in the form of prayer creates adrishta and drishta. Drishtaphala is in the form of not feeling any longer the helplessness that I have not been able to intervene on my own behalf. Adrishta goes and joins again the Sanchita, correct? But on the way, it neutralizes the Adrishta. This Adrishta neutralizes that Adrishta. It's like having COVID vaccine. It neutralizes the virus, renders it incapable of affecting one. And then you can't just have one vaccine. You have one vaccine, then you have the second one, then you have booster, then you have this, then you have that, so many. Here we have forgotten that there was COVID. In America and all, people are still falling sick from COVID. And there, every six months, you have to keep taking vaccine. Here also, every day I have to pray. Free me from this prarabdha, free me from these difficulties. This is what it is. There is nothing wrong in praying on one's own behalf. Very, very wonderful. The remaining little bit we'll see tomorrow. And then today itself or early in the morning tomorrow, you can write all the questions and bring it here and keep it here and I will answer as many as possible. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. What is that?